First of all, I would like to pay my greatest respect to His Excellency Dr. Lee Cheng, Member of Parliament for Phnom Penh Capital and Director General of BELTEI Group and Lok Chum Teo, BELTEI Management Team, respected teachers, student guardians, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and congratulations to all my fellow graduates. Allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Moeung Seka. I'm a level 12 graduate and a former student from BELTEI International School Campus 4, Sadam Tgo. And today I am very honored to come here and to talk about my experience regarding the IELTS test at the spectacular event of BELTEI International School awarding ceremony of level 6 and level 12. Truthfully, there are a handful of factors which contribute to a higher band score in the IELTS. But it's not surprising that we ourselves are the main factor. When I was young, I was taught that what can be lasted for a long time cannot be achieved in such a short time, which is why I've come to understand that practice is indeed the most important key in this complicated test. So I taught myself in everything that I know and everything that I lack. And by practice that I said earlier, I meant to engage ourselves in a way that we can see and hear the language itself. This is a problem that I see a lot with my friends who struggle with speaking English because they tend to keep their heads to book and not to actually practice it out loud. Which is why, as a result, they have some struggle with the IELTS speaking and listening skill. But when it comes to writing and reading, which is mainly writing structure-based, they can master it in, say, a month. You know, someone once told me that we cannot focus dearly on written theory and skip the actual practice. And I saw that as a weakness of mine once, which is why I taught myself to listen and to talk. I watched movies, TED Talk, documentaries, I even watched comedies, and I listened to music, all of which entertained and educated me at the same time. And I must admit that it was hard to understand the accent at first because I wasn't so familiar with all of those foreign language. But the more I listened to it, the more I could understand the tone, the intonation, the pronunciation, and the styles on how a native would speak. And eventually, I could do it myself. And I believe that you too can. And this is clearly very important in the IELTS speaking and listening skill. Another way to say this is that you have to know what your weakness and what your strength are, and then you can learn to enhance your weakness and better your strength. Now, in terms of environment, those who I encounter closely every day is the next big contributor. Personally, I grew up in a household with a stable financial support, and not to mention, violent action rarely occur where I live. Which is why I was very comfortable in my study, to study hard and study smart. Likewise, I have friends whose intention is pure to help me even more, to help support me in my study in general and also during my preparation for the IELTS. The next thing that I want to talk about is the choice of school. BELTEI International School is the best choice for me. BELTEIs offer many programs like speaking contests and writing contests, which really encourage students to do their best. I will speak from a personal experience that I was a contestant on the speaking contest, and it really pushes me to my limit because I have no experience in speaking in public like that. And that is how BELTEI could help so many students to learn about their English ability and to learn to express themselves in the English language. Now, last but not least is the society that we live in today. I stand here breathing at every moment very comfortably. Compare that to the past. We live in peace. We have access to food, home, technologies, education, all of which my parents and most elderly I know could not have access to. Given the fact that we've been through some really rough history, I'd say that the peace that we have today is thanks to the many Cambodians as well as our current Prime Minister, Samdech Akek Mahasenapati Dacho Hun Sen. who have helped to help our country to get to where we are today. And I will ask that we in this generation will do anything in our power as citizens to help maintain this newfound peace and also help to develop our country even further in a proper way. There is a slogan that we always see on the street these days, and that reads, "Akon Santipip." All in all, I'd like to say thank you to my parents for help supporting me in our study. And as one of the representatives, I'd also like to say thank you to all of the parents and guardians here today for supporting us in our time here at BELTEI International School. And of course to His Excellency Dr. Lee Chain and Lokchum Theo, under his great visions and clear goal, has led a very well-organized education school. And of course, to all the BELTEI management teams and teachers, without all of their endless effort, the school wouldn't be here where it is today. And finally, I wish His Excellency Dr. Lee Chain and Lokchum Theo, BELTEI management team, respected teachers, student guardians, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and all my fellow graduates, a success in all positive aspects, along with the 4 gems of Buddha blessing, which are longevity, nobility, health, and strength. Thank you very much.